The legendary Pokemon Tapu Koko is coming back to Pokemon Go, and I'm going to be talking about why you need to raid for this Pokemon, if there is a reason, and how you could take it down with the least number of trainers as possible. Yeah, we're gonna just dive right into it. Let's get right into it. Hey, how's it going everyone? Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon Go video. I hope your day is going really well, and let's get right into it. So, Tapu Koko, this is one of those legendary Pokemon that most people will say is incredibly forgettable. And they're right for thinking that, because when it comes to electric types, there's plenty of Pokemon that are going to be much better than this particular Pokemon. And I feel like there really is no reason for you to get this. I mean, yeah, you could get the shiny version of it if you're a big collector. You could raid this Pokemon for the rare Candy XL. Yeah, there's really no other reasons for you to raid it. But I will say it is something that you should not sleep on, because there is a possibility that it could be really good for PvP in the future. And I think there are certain times where you might actually find some use for it, especially if you're a newer player and you're lacking electric type Pokemon. I think in those cases, this could actually prove to be useful. But aside from that, longtime players like myself will be hard compelled to actually raid for this Pokemon, spending your raid passes, and I think that is totally justified because, yeah, it's not really that good. But yeah, even with that said, let's go over the raid guide. Let's talk about how you could take down this raid boss. Tapu Koko is a duo electric and fairy type legendary Pokemon. This actually only gives it two weaknesses, which is going to be ground type and poison type attacks. It doesn't have a double weakness or anything like that, it's just basically going to be weak against ground type and poison types. That's pretty much it. It also comes with a plethora of different resistances, so avoid bringing any Pokemon with Dragon, Bug, Dark, Electric, Fighting, and Flying type attacks, because those moves are going to be ineffective. And if you want yourself a perfect IV Tapu Koko, I can't imagine why, you're going to want to look for one that is 1810, and if it's weather boosted, it's going to be 2263. Tapu Koko is going to be weather boosted by cloudy weather and rainy weather, which are not necessarily that uncommon. Now, if you want to secure the win against Tapu Koko, it is a little bit more tanky compared to other raid bosses. If you want to secure the win, bring a raid group that consists of 5 trainers, and if you want to challenge yourself, I guess you could duo this raid boss. I imagine not a lot of people are going to be out raiding for this legendary, so yeah, if you can potentially duo it if you do not have a lot of trainers. But you will need the absolute best counters in order to pull that off. These will include Primal Groudon, that is absolutely the best Pokemon to use against Tapu Koko, and also if you do not have Primal Energy for Primal Groudon, you could also opt to use Mega Garchomp. It's a very powerful Pokemon, just make sure you go with ground type attacks instead of dragon type attacks. But also be aware that any fairy type is going to deal super effective damage against it, so I will say Primal Groudon is your best bet. And speaking of Groudon, Shadow Groudon is going to be a really solid counter, along with Shadow Excadrill and Shadow Rhyperior. But again, make sure you're going with ground type attacks. And if you do not have any of these Pokemon and you're just looking to use budget counters, regular Excadrill as well as regular Rhyperior with ground type attacks will suffice against this raid boss. So opt to use those if you're looking to raid this, specifically because you do not have a lot of Pokemon in your collection. So there you go, this is a very straightforward raid boss. It's basically like every other electric type or even fairy type that you would typically go up against. But yeah, aside from that, there really is no reason to go for this raid boss. I mean, yeah, like I mentioned earlier, if you're a newer player, it might actually be a pretty decent Pokemon until we get Xurkitree, which is actually going to be coming next month. I think that is a much better electric type Pokemon, but still, it might prove to be useful sometime in the future with PvP. I don't know. That's really the only reason I could think of for why you would want to get yourself a 100% IV Tapu Koko and to power it up. Yeah. Unless you're someone like me who is just more about the collection aspect of it, you just want to get a shundo of every single Pokemon, so that might be the reason why you would raid for this Pokemon, but let me just tell you right now, it's not worth you spending a bunch of money on premium raid passes. I would save those premium raid passes because I mean, in about a month, we're going to be getting Pokemon Go Fest, the first live in-person Pokemon Go Fest. I guarantee you the raiding content is going to be a lot more worth it. And of course, next month, we're getting some Ultra Beasts coming back to Pokemon Go. Some of those are definitely going to be useful, like Nihilego. That is one Pokemon that is worth your premium raid passes and your remote raid passes. Tapu Koko, not so much. I would hold off on spending any money for this particular Pokemon. Save your raid passes. There's going to be much better raiding content that is going to be coming very early on. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's nothing really else to talk about. This is a pretty lame raid boss. Nothing really going on this week. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. I think anytime they release a Tapu Pokemon in raid battles, it's kind of like a filler week. Yeah, there really is no good case that could be made for any of the Tapu Pokemon. That's just my personal opinion. I could be completely wrong there. Maybe there's one of them that's good. I think Tapu Bulu might be pretty decent for grass types. Yeah, I don't know. Even Tapu Fini, it kind of fell off really hard when it comes to PvP. Yeah, that's it. Nothing else to talk about. If you disagree with me, hey, make sure you share your thoughts in the comments down below. If you feel like this Pokemon is worth going after, definitely share your reasons why. I would definitely like to know. I'm very curious what you think. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. If you really enjoyed it, if you enjoyed this guide, make sure you hit the like button for this video. That would help my channel out a lot. And of course, subscribe if it's your first time here. That would be a huge help. Make sure you turn on the notification bell as well. Also, check out the links in the description below. One of them is to my Patreon page. And if you want to support my channel, that's a great way you could do it. You'll also get a spot on my Pokemon Go friends list. So yeah, that's one way you could play Pokemon Go with me. Yeah, go check out my Patreon. And that's going to be it for this video. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself today, and I'll catch you in the next video.